Mack. Congresswoman, I'm thrilled that you want to hold hearings on prescription drug abuse on Capitol Hill. Listen, let's be real as a nation. I've been talking to people all day. Yeah, druggies abuse Xanax. They mix it with alcohol. It gets them a terrific high. It's a deadly combination. Why would any doctor prescribe Xanax for Whitney Houston? One Google search, Congresswoman, would show that she'd struggled for years. We all know it, with substance abuse.
Well, Jane, it's a great question. You do have to ask, who is this doctor? What was he thinking? Why did he do that? Unfortunately, this is too common a story now in America. And, you know, I just want to say something that I've heard over the past few days about Whitney's death is when somebody said, you know, she had cleaned up her act and she was off of street drugs, but now she was on prescription drugs. And I think that's the perfect example of what we're faced with right now, this battle that we're faced with, this epidemic of prescription drug abuse that really is killing not only adults, not only entertainers, but it's also killing our kids.
There are so many critics out there. There's a growing chorus that say, look, doctors are routinely over-prescribing highly addictive, heavy-duty narcotics when maybe a chat, maybe therapy, maybe a massage, maybe many other things would be better substitutes. And there's also a sentiment that perhaps the U.S. government, Congress, et cetera, we're not doing enough because it's a very powerful lobby. The bottom line is people are getting very rich, even as Americans keel over and OD on prescription drugs.
Well, you have absolutely hit the nail on the head here. And first of all, I think prescriber education is something that we should focus on. Any doctor who wants to prescribe these powerful narcotics needs to have a basic education as to the abuse prevalence, as to you know, all that's happening. I think the question on why a doctor would give, you know, Whitney Houston Xanax when she was clearly an addict, you know, there are a lot of questions to be answered. Also, I want to look at the supply chain. Why is it that 958,000 pounds of pills were taken back by the DEA in only 3 days? 958,000 pounds of pills taken back. I mean, we're overprescribed. America is clearly overprescribed by physicians. And I'm welcoming a conversation with the AMA. I want to talk to them. I want to talk to their doctors about how they can be part of the solution.
Well, do you think that Congress has the political will to do something about this? Because wouldn't the members of Congress who actually stood up and said, enough with this, get targeted by the very powerful lobbies that don't want to see the use of prescription drugs diminish?
Well, you're right. There is money all the way down the supply chain, from the manufacturers to the distributors to the pharmacies to the pharmacists. I mean, there's money to be made throughout it. There's no doubt. But in Congress, you know, it is kind of hard. If I put on my Facebook or if I tweet something about prescription drug abuse or the epidemic with prescription drug abuse, I get a lot of comments back. Some are very supportive, but some folks are saying, why aren't you focused on jobs? You know, this is an issue that deserves the focus of Congress. I think there is no more critical issue that we can focus on right now than attacking this prescription drug epidemic head on.
Well, I want to say, Congresswoman, you are my new hero for having the guts to talk about this, because I've actually gone to Congress about various issues and sat down with certain members of Congress and said, hey, look at this. And you can see the fear in their eyes. They don't want to be targeted by anybody, and so they play it safe, and you're not playing it safe, and I applaud you for that. And let's talk again soon, and I want to cover your hearings, and I really hope that this is the tipping point and that everybody realizes we can't just ignore the big SUV in the room, which is prescription drug abuse. Thank you, Congresswoman, and please keep up the fight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your help.